Okay, in this, next is actually priority based scheduling. Okay, in the priorities, actually we have a different priority level from 0 to 255 priority numbers will be there. Actually 0 means highest priority, 0 means maximum priority, 250 means actually lowest priority. So you can explain or read this content, and if they ask what is priority based means, according to the priority level, scheduler will schedule. Okay, let me take the first example, which is very important. Okay, based on which algorithm it is. Priority based exam. In the question, they will specify which algorithm you have to use. So they are specified priority based scheduling algorithm. So which are the tasks are there? Let me see. Three process with same P1, P2, P3 with the same 10, 5, 7 millisecond with priority they are given here. Extra data they are given. Priority of first P1 is 0. Next priority level is 3. Next P3 priority is 2. So we can write a table here. P1, P2, P3. You can write a one note. Job is 10. Then P2 is 5. P3 is 7 millisecond. Priority level P1 is 0. Then P2 priority is 3. And this is 2. So which one is highest priority? This is the highest priority. So next higher priority is lower number is 2. Next is 3. So first P1 will execute. You can see the diagram. P1 will execute first because this is the highest priority 0. Next priority is actually P3. P3 is 2. P3 is 2. Now next priority is this P3 will execute. P2 priority is actually 3. So this is least priority. So first P1 execute, P3 execute, P2 execute. That is because of these priority levels. Okay. So you have to calculate waiting time, turnaround time for this, and you have to also calculate average turnaround time and average waiting time. So question is given P1, P2, P3 with priority 0, 3 and 2. So first priority, least priority is 0. This is 0. This is actually 2. This is 3. So highest number is least priority. So P1 time is 10 millisecond. This is 7 millisecond. This is 5 millisecond. So all appear together. P1, P2, P3 all they appear together with different priorities. So in waiting time, you have to consider from 0 for all the 3. So now can anybody tell easily that P1 is actually least priority, so waiting time is 0 because first it will resources will be shared to P1, so waiting time is 0. So next priority is P3, that is 2. So P3 should wait P1 to complete. How much you should wait? 10 millisecond. 10 millisecond you should wait. That is the waiting time. Next P2. P2 is the last priority. It should wait P1 to complete and P2 to complete. So it should wait this much, 10 plus 7, 17 millisecond. Okay. Next, to find the average waiting time, add all these three. 0 plus 10 plus 17 divided by 3 is 9 millisecond. Next, turnaround time. Turnaround time is waiting time plus execution time. See, P1 waiting time is 0, execution time is 10. So this 10 is correct. Next, P3. For P3, waiting time is 10. Waiting time is 10, execution time is this. So this is 80. Total turnaround time for P3 is 17 millisecond. Next, for P2, turnaround time, it should wait this much and this much, and execution time is 5. So it is 22 millisecond. That is the waiting time plus execution time. Okay. Next, average turnaround time is add all the 3 divided by number of process. So it is 10 plus 17 plus 22 divided by number of tasks or process is 3. So 16.33 millisecond. It is very important problem. So next we'll have one more new process comes. What happens? We'll see that. So let me continue here only. Calculate waiting time, turnaround time, average waiting time and turnaround time. Suppose if new process that is P4 with estimated time of 6 millisecond with priority level of 1. It comes in ready state, and when it comes, that is important because all three come together, but only P4 coming in different time. It came after 5 millisecond execution of P1. After 5 millisecond execution of P1. Assume all processor having C processor calculate remaining things. So let me explain this diagram. You have to note down this diagram. So here in the starting, P1 came, P2 came, P3 came together. When P4 came, P4 came here after 5 millisecond. Here actually P4 enters ready state. So no need to wait. While calculating waiting time for and turnaround time for P4, you should not calculate here. You should calculate from here. You have to here P4 does not exist only. So waiting time and turnaround time you don't calculate for P4 only here. But P1, P2, P3 you have to consider here because all together come here. Only for P4 this you have to subtract. Okay, what is the waiting time for P1? It is actually earlier only P1, P2, P3 came now. Out of these three, yes, this priority level is 0. This is actually P3. What is the P3's turnaround? This one P3 2, P2 3, P2 3, P2 priority level is 3. This is 3. This is 2. But P4 came with the task of 6 millisecond. Okay, 6 millisecond and with priority level of 1. So least priority is 0. That is highest priority with least number. Highest number is least priority. So P4 appeared here, no? So now while calculating what is the waiting time for P4? Waiting time for P4 is it is not waiting 10 millisecond. Please observe, it is not waiting 10 millisecond. It came after 5 millisecond. To here, it appeared here only. But P1, P2, P3 all together came here. So only it waited 5 millisecond because P1 already completed 5 millisecond job. A remaining 5 millisecond job it will complete here. That much time P4 waited. Okay. Next, what is the waiting time for P3? Waiting time for P3 is P1 should complete and P4 also should complete. Waiting time, completion time of P1 is 10 millisecond. You should wait, and P4 job is 6 millisecond. Okay, you should wait 10 plus 6, 16 millisecond. That is the waiting time for P3. And waiting time for P2 is this much. How? It should wait 10 plus 6 plus 7 from here to here. That is the waiting time for P3. And now to calculate average waiting time, you have to add 0 plus 5 plus 16 plus 23 divided by 4. It is 11 millisecond. Next, to find the turnaround time, waiting time for P1 is 0 and completion is 10. So 10 millisecond. Time spent in ready queue is 0. The execution time is 10. Next, turnaround time for P4. It waited only 5 millisecond is important. Here they are going to make mistake. Here it is waited only for 5 millisecond. 5 plus this 6. 5 plus 6 is 5 plus 6 is 11 millisecond. Next turnaround time for P3 is it waited 16 plus 7. 16 plus 7. Next for next one 23 plus 5. Okay. Next you have to calculate average turnaround time. Average turnaround time is you have to add 10 plus 11 plus 23 plus 28 divided by 4, which will give you 18 milliseconds. So it is very easy. Okay, where you are going to make mistake here, after what time it came here. If you miss it appear after 5 millisecond completion of P1 and its execution time is 6 millisecond with priority level is 1. So it's very important. Check once again.